we had a goal when we met August 26th as a team to be 1-0 at 9 o'clock on November 4th, and we accomplished that goal. We're a work in progress, as I said the other day after the Alfred game. I thought defensively we played relatively well. We forced 21 turnovers. We held them to 37%, 31% from threes. We did a good job of not fouling. So those are some positives. We didn't shoot the ball as well as we needed to do. 32 threes are way too much. We got to get the ball inside more. It was disjointed at times, but I thought we had energy. I thought Michael came off the bench and really gave us a lift in the first half. When Noel had some foul trouble, I thought he was active, even though we had 4 turnovers. We had 3 blocks and 6 rebounds in 17 minutes. So that was big. I thought Leger Jones, making those threes really helped and gave him some confidence. DeSante got to the foul line, but we're just. If you watch us play, it's like we're disjointed at times. We're not smooth, and that's just, experience within the system. So it's a win, and that team was, had won 19 games last year. So it's a good victory. We accomplished our goals, but now it's, we got to continue to improve. And I think the longer we get in our system and the more repetition we have, the better we'll get.
Mark, you talked about how you wanted to go out and add a little athleticism, length on the wing to score 21 points off of 21 turnovers. Do you think that kind of reflects?
Yeah, that's what we're trying to do. We have more athletic guys, more length, as you said, and that's good that we had 21 points off of turnovers, 18 points on fast breaks. We're not a great half-court offensive team right now. I think we have decent shooters. We don't have one guy that's going to get 8 or 9 threes, but I hopefully we can have enough guys to keep the defense honest. But I thought our athleticism, our length, really benefited us tonight.
Mark, you talked about you wanted to be 1-0 today. But what have you learned about this team so far, in the process of reassembling the roster, finding guys' roles, finding out guys' nuances as well?
We're still learning. We don't have an identity. We're still learning. The coaches are still trying to figure out, who's playing, who's not playing, who plays well with certain groups. That's still, something that we're going to work on for the next, it'll be another 2 or 3 weeks before we really get a lineup that we're really comfortable with. And the guys are still learning to play with each other. They're still learning, what to do in certain situations. You look at, the press offense, that was abysmal. So there's a lot that we need to work on, but it's always good to work on things after a win, and that's a positive.
Mark, were you kind of disappointed with that 21 points going down to 12 in the span of 4 minutes?
Yeah, I'm really never disappointed when we win. But yeah, we didn't handle the pressure right, and so it's probably on me. We haven't really worked on that. There's so many things you have to, put in. I just thought that maybe we could get the ball in bounds a little bit easier. But yeah, when you get up by 21, it's, you want to stretch the lead. You don't want them to come back. And, we made some errors. We missed some foul shots. We made some errors defensively. We helped in the corner one time and they hit a 3. So like I said, there's positives coming out of this game, but there's negatives as well, and those are the things that we need to work on.
Mark, the one lineup change from Alfred was putting Chance in. What do you think of kind of what he did with the offense?
He was fine. He did some good things. His numbers 18 and 9. Chance has a chance to be a good player. He just got to continue to work and really play hard 100%. When he plays, he's really good, and he just has to be able to keep up that effort, consistently.
Coach, the half-court offense struggled a little bit to get to the rim. I mean, you guys only had 26 points in the paint. So how do you look to better execute the half-court?
Yeah, that's true that we only have 26 points in the paint, but we got to the foul line 34 times. So we're getting fouled in the paint. So. But we got to get better. We get to get the ball, into Noel a little bit more. He's got to finish better. We got to do a better job. They were double teaming. We got to do a better job of swinging the ball out of that double team. I thought we were a tick slow when we got into the paint especially in the first half of kicking the ball out and, you know, and having our perimeter guys spot up and shoot. And we also, you know, like I said, we have some guys that aren't very good shooters that have to catch the ball on the run and go downhill, and it's something that we got to continue to improve on.
Any questions for the student athletes?
Chance, from a wing perspective, how do you feel you ran the offense tonight, and how do you guys think you can improve just moving the ball with more fluidity?
I feel like tonight we did a decent job. We could definitely improve. I feel like we need to, you know, cut harder, you know, be more precise with our like movements and cuts. We just gotta. It's either shoot, pass, or try to score. Like, we just gotta be quicker with it.
Chance, what's your mindset about getting the offense going in the first half where the shots just aren't falling?
When the shots aren't falling, I feel like we gotta go inside more. You know, try to pound it inside, and whenever we catch it on the run, just try to get downhill, create for others, or if not, if you have the layup, take that more downhill, not just settle.
And Chance, you had 2 steals tonight. What's kind of the mindset you bring on the defensive side?
Just the way coach has us playing. We always teach the 4th foot. You know, we just play the passing lanes, and we're always, you know, trying to help one another on the defensive end.
Hey, Coach, Noah Brown looked comfortable out there too. Is his kind of lack of playing time, getting used to the offense?
It's all those guys. Yeah, he wasn't here for the summertime. We just got him late. And he's going to be a good player. You know, he's still learning the system. He played 10 minutes today, so he has a bright future.
For Noel,
for the athletes,
yeah, for Noel, you're the lone returning player on this lineup, the starting lineup as well. How have you seen this team really come together and grow and find their roles, you know, from the roster being reassembled to today?
I think it's just been, I mean, as Coach said, we're still finding identity. I think it's just been a progression of different tests and stuff that he says we have. Like, if we have a scrimmage or we have practice, like, it's important that we go hard in them so we can figure out what we're good at and what we're not good at. And especially like today, I know we were shooting a lot of threes and such, but when we attacked the paint, we got into a lot of foul trouble. So it's like, when can we substitute some shots for getting into the paint, getting into that foul trouble as a new team, as a new roster, like realizing our identity, maybe like attacking that paint, like really trying to dominate that paint, being super aggressive, being super physical, as opposed to last year. And still, I mean, I know people are getting to know each other. We're still getting to like learn how to use each player correctly, but I think we will do that as we practice, we move on from game to game and just improve as a team. But it's been great. I mean, fantastic. I love these guys.
Noel, as a leader of this team, I'm sure you want to be out there, but when you're in foul trouble, how encouraging is it to see Michael go in and kind of hold down the court?
It's great. I love Mike. I'll be trying to give him all the confidence I can, and I think it's just going to be important, especially if I'm going to get in foul trouble or whatever, like we have someone who can just hold and sustain and then like hopefully boost that lead too. I mean, I'm always going to pour confidence into Mike. I believe in him, and it was just great to see him get out there.
Chance, this is your first real home game that counts. Where do you think of just the overall atmosphere and playing out in front of fans tonight?
It was a great atmosphere, you know, coming from Missouri State. We didn't really have too many fans, so it just felt great, you know, having that energy, having that excitement. You know, we make a big play, you know, everyone's cheering for you, you know, that makes us want to play harder.
Anything else for the athletes? All right, thanks guys, congrats on the win.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions for Coach? Anything else?
All right. Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, you're heading to Canisius on Saturday, 2 straight years, you put us to them, like, how do we prevent that third loss?
We're going to improve. You know, we got to go back and we'll watch tape tomorrow, and you know, we're not worried about other teams. We got to take care of ourselves, and there's a lot of things that we need to work on. Okay.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yep. Go ahead.
One more from me, Mark. You used 11 guys. That first media time, I think you subbed in for is almost like a hockey change. How do you envision the bench kind of staying that deep?
I really don't know. As I said in the opening statement, like, we have a lot of guys, and there's not like a big separation, you know, from 1 to 10, 11, 12. So we're still trying to figure out lineups, you know, who plays well with who. You know, you don't want to have 3 or 4 guys in there that can't shoot, you know, so it's a learning process for the coaching staff as well as for the players. And we're not going to have one guy that's going to score 30 points. You know, we got to, you know, you look at our rebounding today, you know, and we did it collectively. And I think that's how we're gonna have to do it from an offensive standpoint. We're gonna do it collectively, and certain guys are gonna have better days, you know, than others, and then the next game is gonna change, you know, and I think we have good guys that understand that, they're gonna accept their roles, and their roles are gonna change. You know, usually you have, you know, 5 or 6 or 7 guys that are much better than the 8th, 9th, and 10th guys, but, you know, I think in this portal world that we're in, I just think that there's more, the guys are more balanced, you know, so now it's, you know, hopefully somebody, you know, a couple guys take that step and, you know, separate themselves, but right now, we have 10, 11, 12 guys that can play a little bit.
One more?
What's your #1 focus point for practice heading into Canisius?
I haven't watched 1 ounce of tape of Canisius. I have no idea. I know Coach Christian is a good friend of mine. They run good offense. I know they played Arizona tonight or tomorrow. We just got to take care of ourselves. You know, we've got to. You know, we had 18 turnovers. We got to be able to take care of the basketball better. We have to run offense much more fluidly. You know, we got to make. You know, we can't miss 11 foul shots. You know, even though we went to the line 34 times, and there's so much we got to work on. You know, ball screen defense, and you know, you saw it. You know, it's like, you know, there's a lot. You know, but it's good to work on those things and get on the guys after a win than after a loss.
We have time for one more.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm looking at the shot chart and I'm seeing under the basket, and then I'm just seeing just a ton of threes, and you kind of touched on this. You had over 30 threes taken in that game. Why do you think you guys are settling for those 3
Well,
shots?
yeah, that's true, but those dots in the paint aren't fouls. You know, we got fouled, we went to the foul line 34 times. We got fouled, I believe, 26 times. You know, so we get a lot of stuff in the paint by a dribble penetration. Yeah. You know, so we're not finishing, we're getting fouled. Hopefully, you know, we can do a better job finishing. But you're right, 32 is too much. But I think that would have changed a little bit if we had, you know, not gotten fouled as much. But we can't, you know, you can't shoot 32 threes. You know, if you're going to do that, you got to make double digits. And we didn't do that. But hopefully, it's an area that we got to improve on. You know, it's our first game, and we'll get better.
Thanks, everybody.
Yep, thanks.